Hello there, this is Pastor Jerry with another slice of toast from the Bread of Life. How are you today? You know, there's a trend going around the country where people go to pay for a coffee or find out that the person ahead of them has already paid the tab. It's called Pay It Forward. Proverbs 11:18 says, "A wicked man earns deceptive wages, but the one who sows righteousness reaps a pure reward." I think about that reward and what it means. So often I've gotten in line and I found my coffee was paid for ahead of me or my dinner was paid for. So I started doing it, and the more I did it, the more it happened to me. 2 Corinthians 9:6 says, "Remember this, whosoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whosoever sows generously will reap generously." Do not be deceived, Galatians 6:7 says, God cannot be mocked. A man reaps whatever he sows. I wonder what we're sowing into people's lives today. We drive down the road, it's not just money, but it's sowing everyday things like anger, a smile, a good word, a positive thought. I often go into a restaurant or something and I always ask the waitress what her name is or a clerk their name. And I try to cheer up their day and make it something good for them. But God's done the ultimate pay it forward. For those of us that don't understand that, we have to go to 1 John. 1 John chapter 4, John's writing to the church. He's 90 years old, getting ready to go. And he said, "Dear friends, let us love one another, for love comes from God. Everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. Whosoever does not love does not know God, because God is love." We need to understand that God's love, no matter what we're going through, what we're thinking, there's still a truth that God is love. And here's where God paid it forward. In the 9th verse, he said, "This is how God showed his love among us. He sent his one and only Son into the world that we might live through him. And this is love. Not that we loved God, but that he loved us and sent his Son as an atoning sacrifice for our sins." See, God already paid a price. He sent Jesus ahead to pay the price of redemption for you and I. Oh, what a pleasant thought when the evil comes on my life, to know that I didn't have to pay a price. Jesus paid a price I never could pay. And I think that we have to get a hold of the fact that he expects us to pay it forward for others. That's the whole idea, pay it forward. I pay for yours, then you pay for the next one, and that one pays for the next one. So that's why John says in the 11th verse, "Dear friends, since God so loved us, we ought to also love one another." We ought to do it for the other person. It's the fact that he's given us his Spirit, he's given us his love, he lives in us, and his love has made us complete. Our 18th verse, we love him because he first loved us. Hey, go out and love somebody today. This is Pastor Jerry with another slice of toast from the Bread of Life.